What's up, everyone? It's another Pent-Psyhc tonight in a very special edition. We're calling this one the Big Bang Factor. Why? Because guess who got fired this week? About freaking time. If it were a regular person like you and me who actually, well, some of you have jobs. But you know what happened if you sexually harassed somebody? You would have been gone and been arrested, and there would have been no saving you unless you were a Bill O'Reilly. So let's put on some nice, cheesy, inspirational music, but we're going to play something different called Dawn of a New Age. Why? Because, heck, it always feels like something new happens when a celebrity gets fired. So let's get it on. about freaking time, Billy. I'm sorry that took so long. I'm sorry that intro took so long, but I was living the moment where I could just play some long-ass techno music to say it's a dawn of a new age. Now, oh my goodness, what are they going to do? Put Jesse Waters in that spot and hire SC Cup as his guard? Because they do that, they're probably going to do something worse. They're probably going to put Megan Kelly in that spot right along where, oh my goodness, she was fired from her spot. Now they had a reason to bring her back.
Nope.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do, Spence? What are they going to do? Tell us the conspiracy theory of the weekend.
And on Pent-Psyhc, for one, what I think they've already done is they've got that Tucker guy, Tucker Carlson or whatever.
Who's that?
He's much younger than Bill O'Reilly, somebody they've been schooling for a while. But yeah, I thought it could have been Jesse Waters or whatever the Waters.
Oh no, they wouldn't put the Water Boy out there.
Schooling him for years too.
No, they ain't gonna do that.
So
that'd be another way of killing Bill, like taking out his protege. Taking out his Padawan, his Sith apprentice, or something. Man, what a way to really hurt somebody in the media.
Bill's going to be handing him the reins anyway, I think, but, yeah. Just think about, how much money they were losing for them to get rid of him, to can him.
Oh, lose him, man. Think about them screaming women. Imagine if it were Pizzagate and it were children. And they were still trying to hide it. These are grown women screaming. It's hard to keep them quiet. I mean, come on. It's one of the.
I don't know how many allegations, but it's been going on for years.
It has been. And just think of it. Come on. It's one thing to give up looking for work for not being able to find it and realize, hey, man, it's one thing to get disability because you're making the same amount of money in some states. And it's one thing to go out and bust your tail for the same amount of money you'd make for nothing. And it's another thing to say, wait a minute, I get caught for sexual harassment. They lock somebody up in the hospital. We'll just say it like that. You get caught for sexual harassment, you get arrested and go to jail, and then have to pay a fine, and then you ain't got no job and no funds. So you pull the weight on which the ones you prefer if you get caught for doing anything, or at least get lied about doing something. Which one would you prefer? I'll take the free money in the fucking hospital for getting lied about. That's me. But I don't know about you, but this guy been actually doing it. And he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This shit's been going on for years, and Fox has been covering it up because he was the biggest money draw. I mean, he was top dog over there. Let's not make a mistake about that. As far as on-air personality, that dude had lots of stroke. I mean, if you didn't get along with Bill O'Reilly, you didn't stay on Fox News very long.
Spence said stroke.
And I think even Megan Kelly is gone from there now. Greta Van Sustren's gone. I don't know if that really has anything to do with Bill O'Reilly, but
probably does.
But like there's other hosts that are gone. There's that blonde girl Lori Dew. I remember her, and there are several others that they had a fallout with O'Reilly, and they're gone. They weren't on Fox no more. They were no longer getting any airtime on Fox. Not only just his show, but not on Hannity, not on anybody else's. And he had so much power there, and it amazes me how much power this guy's had. And still, like when it comes down to it, boils down to it's all about the almighty dollar. If sponsors were dropping him and they stopped paying Fox, they stopped paying Bill. It's like if you're not, you know how it works. You ain't doing this for us lately. Goodbye.
The Bills stopped playing the bill. Oh man, talk about a gold bondsman joke, man. What's in your wallet? Well, if Bill ain't got his bills, something got to go wrong with some Capital One gains, man. The Dow Jones Industrial can't get reported right because the factor off finally bent. Well, man, the factor was on the air too long. How long is that Dow Jones Industrial? I mean, think of all them Bill jokes you got going on. I mean, remember the Magic Johnson jokes that went on back in the day? The Rolaids jokes, what Magic stood for. Now we got Bill jokes going on. We got Uma Thurman, played by Megan Kelly, Kill Bill, or Kill the Bill. You can have anyone from Obama playing David Carradine's role, or some shit you can flip around with Saturday Night Live parodies you can throw in there. Heck, they could do wonders with that shit. Megan Kelly playing.
Oh, they're gonna have wonders. Yeah, I know for a fact, and.
Oh yeah.
They're going to definitely do something about O'Reilly. I got to on there.
Oh,
Saturday Night
yeah,
Live.
Greta Van Sutton as the girl that can't talk because her mouth is all crooked. So she's a mute. Trying to
She's
play a
gone, too.
snake
She's
eyes
not
role and shit.
She's gone. There's
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
aren't on there no more. Hannity's still there. You know, he's still.
Well, Combs is gone. What's he have to go for?
Been there. Sean Hannity's been there from the beginning. He's still there, but he's not. He doesn't make as much draw as like Bill O'Reilly did. That's why he had the 9 o'clock spot for so long.
Well, heck, he got kicked off the 9
Kelly
o'clock spot, remember? He lost the 9 o'clock spot originally because Megyn Kelly got it. Now she's
Hold on, listen. All right, when they launched Megyn Kelly, they see the primetime spot. I don't know if you know this on TV, but most people may or may not know. I don't know. But the primetime spot is 8 o'clock. That is the spot to have. You are the highest paid show, the highest paid guy, whatever. 8 o'clock, that's primetime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 9 o'clock is the next best slot because they're still going to be watching shit. So that's what Hannity had. Greta had 10 for the leftovers of people that are still up there, still late. It's still a decent spot. You can pull in some good, ratings.
Right.
But see, when they pulled in Megyn Kelly, they put her at the 9 o'clock spot right after Bill, moved Hannity down to 10 o'clock, and then took Greta Van Susteren and moved her to 7 o'clock. Which is like that's like just not a good spot because you're going on before Bill O'Reilly, the main draw, but the last part of your show is the only thing that's going to get any ratings. I mean, it's like it's the primetime spot. You want to be on around the primetime. People starting to tune in at 8 o'clock. Not everybody's tuned in at 7. So
right.
So a lot of people got screwed over. Greta, I don't know if that was it, but she had contract problems. I've heard that Megyn Kelly's gone. I don't watch Fox. I haven't checked, but I heard she's gone. And now, obviously, Bill O'Reilly's gone, but the dude had so much power. These people I'm talking about before have no power compared to Bill. He had so much stroke and so much power not only at Fox, but I mean in the industry alone. In the whole. I mean, he's interviewed the presidents. He's got the interview with Obama. He got the interview with Bush. I think the Obama one was during the halftime at Super Bowl or something one time.
He was.
He was so fucking powerful in the media, And to think that, I guess he couldn't keep his missile in his pants, and he was doing some sexual harassing. I don't know, but to get accused of that much, and he just got power corrupted him, man. He just a corrupt motherfucker anyway, I think. But power corrupted that guy worse to where he thinks he can just go around and grope women. I have no doubt that he's guilty of this shit. Because they were paying these girls off for years and years, and they didn't want it to go to trial, obviously, because they weren't going to win. And so they paid them off. And it got to the point, once the sponsors dropped, that's when they canned them. They think all that power just down the drain. The almighty dollar has the power. Even over Bill O'Reilly. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
The spin stops right here because my sponsors dropped me.
Yep. So who's looking out for Bill? I don't know, but his spot been gone. All these times I remember he criticized Bill Clinton. Well, now Bill O'Reilly, since then, I don't know, but that's where he's been, and he's been trying to hide it better than the Clinton.
Yeah.
Well, his factor done got found out, too.
Bill Clinton likes those interns.
It must be something about the name Bill. Like, you must have the money, you think you get away with it, and when you think one bill falls, the other bill thinks his frog can leap better than the other. I don't know, it must be the name Bill.
Well, this Bill...
I don't know, what's it about the name Bill? Does it have to do with money? Brains?
This Bill likes interns.
Both Bills liked interns. I mean, one Bill had a girl named, oh shit, you might as well say it was a guy, had a wife named Hill, and he cheated on his Hill with a big fat nasty. And it came down to the point where if she can't keep her home happy, how the hell is she going to run twice? And that's what that came about. Now here comes this Bill, who couldn't seem to not get caught, because, I don't know, must be the red label.
I wonder exactly what really happened, like what the truth really is, like how bad he really was, what he really did.
Well, of course not. He was the factor. He was going to keep that treasure buried with the talents. What can I say? He was going to keep that treasure buried with the talents, like the parable in the Bible. He was going to hide it the best way he could, and hope to God he didn't have a big scandal next to Lewinsky.
Megyn Kelly would say, Megan, it's time for your breast exam, and starts feeling her up.
Oh man, and he probably had Trump blowing jokes next to Trump, hoping to God if he got elected, he could get some cover, and hope it don't get blown like the Trump blown. Oh, let me stop. It's getting vulgar now. It's just getting bad now. It's just, I got my mother listening at her friend's house, and her friends listening, and I'm like, oh man, I can't be talking like this. I had my friend tell me about this the other day. It's my mom's friend, by the way. What's up? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shouts out to them, because he kind of like had a talk with me about it, sit down with me over the phone. It's like, yo, you gotta watch how you talk on radio. You want to have more. I understand how you feel and all that. And he talked with me over the phone and all that. And he was talking with me and said, I understand how you feel. I can relate, but you gotta. If you want to appeal to a more diverse crowd, you gotta lighten up on your language. And I understand where he's coming from. He's my friend too. And I do want to appeal to more diverse, multicultural group, and I understand that my language has got to settle, because he knows me from a time where I didn't talk like this. So when I met him, that's not how I sounded language-wise. F. I didn't always sound like that. Before you knew me, that's not the way I spoke. I somehow became that. I put on this persona where I just got mad and just spoke however I felt with no boundaries.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got it, come on, man. I know you're better than that. He was telling me, so I'm trying to work on my linguistics as I do radio. Just let him know I'm thinking about him as he hangs out with my mom wherever they at, and they listen. And I just want you to know I love you guys. So if you listen, shout out. I'm just not mentioning the name on radio just to show respect. So, respect. Much love, Mom. Hope you're having fun this weekend. So, hope you listen to this Pent-Psyhc. So,
I go ahead. I don't go overboard with the cuss words, but
that's what I'm trying to do too. I'm trying to lay it down with that. I understand free speech. People do their shows their ways, but out of respect for my mom's friends, I'm trying to work on the backdrop to my old linguistic skills of, hey, I don't gotta express myself like that. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
There's certain times for it. Certain times, So I just talk normally. For me, it's just freedom of speech. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will get on any topic. I will get on any crazy topic, and I have a lot of my crazy jokes and stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I tagged him in this post or not, but I'll probably send it to the inbox.
I want to just talk about it. Well, if you got anything more to say about Bill O'Reilly.
Well, I don't know if you got anything more to say, but I did definitely much want to say, yeah, it seemed like it took a long time just to get rid of this guy, get rid of this guy out of his job. He took too much time. It seemed like it took more of a long time just to get him out of his job.
Well, because he hadn't dropped him yet.
He always
still be on the air.
He always tried to say, because he always talked about fiscal responsibility, being the perfect little hypocrite that he always was. You know what I'm saying? He was always trying to do all that, trying to get on people. I appreciate you taking the flyer, all this other nonsense that he always said. But then, he gets caught up in this mess. He does this.
Well, he's saying,
it's like he does this.
America can't. Irrefutable evidence that all of this is not true. It was started by the far left media as a smear campaign.
It's like, he gets caught up in this mess. He does this. That's why people got to realize you can't put your faith in these media people that are on TV anymore. They're not the same media people you grew up with when you were a kid. They're just not. They're not the same people. They're just not the same kind of individuals you grew up with watching and listening to at a time when your grandma was around, or your great-grandma. They're just not the same people. They're not the same individual. They're just not. They're not the same.
They're indoctrinating, and they're sneaky about it. And where back then it wasn't as sneaky. It was kind of like out front and normal to be just believing all the stuff that they always push. But these days, they have age of information, and they've just gotten sneakier and sneakier because they've gotten worse and worse. Journalism is all but dead. You know, it's like the alternative media is good, check out, but that's where you got to go get all your news from, like, different sources. But yeah, you can't. I know there's still people. You're right. I mean, there's going to be people that are going to be defending him, saying he didn't do it. He didn't do it. This is a smear campaign from the liberals and all this. You're going to hear that. You're going to have those out there who can't think for a second that Bill O'Reilly would grope Megyn Kelly or whoever.
Yeah, but it's like, but here's this guy, he over the years I watched this guy, because I didn't find out who Bill O'Reilly was initially until I moved to the Catskills in 2001, roughly, until 2 months after 9/11, so I didn't really know who this guy was. I watched this guy do it all. I watched this guy get on truthers before I even understood what truthers were. I watched him get on the Cardinal Law regarding the priest scandal. I watched this guy get on every subject from square A to square B to square all the way to X, Y, and Z, and he does this. And it's like, it's like you can't believe these people, no matter who they are. It's like if you don't believe in yourself first and foremost and have something to believe in. I mean, I know you're a Gnostic or an agnostic or an atheist. I know people that believe in different things. But if you don't have some truth, something to hold on to, something to believe in, whether you choose to believe in something or not, if you don't have some moral fiber to ground yourself before you believe in something or somebody else, you're going to find yourself disappointed when somebody lets you down. A lot of people believed in him. So when people get disappointed in what they see, they can't just ask why. These people are human. These people are human beings. They are not God. So when they act all God-figured and they do some dumb stuff, people can't get all let down like Santa Claus fell on a tree and hit themselves on a suitcase and ended up in Easter Bunny land because he took a wrong turn because he fell off his reindeer and got the wrong land. No, that's not how things work. People don't shift coordinates and do dumb stuff because they want you to think that's what they did by mistake. No, people like Bill O'Reilly made the mistake because he chose to do that for the long length of time, and it's been covered up.
You maniac.
Yeah, ego plays a role, money plays a role, and the love of money was the root of all evil. That's what kept this guy afloat. And I'm sorry, when people make it on TV, selling out plays a role. Just because I had a conversation about this with a friend of mine recently. I'm not going to say any further where I was talking about this to and who I was talking about this with. But a friend of mine and I were talking about something, right? I was talking with this friend of mine. I'm just being less specific in who I talked about this to. I went downstairs to a place, and I brought something to this friend's attention. And I asked this individual, do you know what the etymon is? Because I kind of got interested in something I told him. And I told this friend, do you know anything about the etymon? Because he has a lot of knowledge that I don't have. Because he's an older gentleman. So I went to this one, and I said to him, I brought up the etymon, and I brought up scholarship, and something that I saw on YouTube, right? And this is how I found out about Bill O'Reilly initially. I hadn't watched it on TV or nothing. This is how it got brought to my attention before we discussed this later on to this day. Before we decided we were going to do it on a show today. So I got interested in watching something on YouTube. And I told him, this is what happened. This is what I found. I'm like, look this up. Research this. And this is where I ended up posting on Facebook later on in the week saying, because I'm trying to be less specific. He said to me, I don't need to research it or see it. I just don't agree with it. I'm like, people that say that to me, I get at all with them. Because that doesn't mean that growing older means growing wiser. That tells me, to a degree, that old age and treachery doesn't always outweigh or overcome youth and vigor. What that tells me, there's a reason why young people run nursing homes and people die. And it's not the young people dying in the nursing homes. It's not the young people brutally getting killed in the nursing homes. It's the old people. Because the young people are becoming more treacherous than the older people every day, and it's horrible. The nursing homes are the elder abortion clinics. They are the beyond late-term abortions. And we as a people don't seem to realize that. So when I hear from some people that just don't seem to have any sense as much like they'd like to think that they do, oh, I'm older, I know more, you should listen to me, and I hear nonsense come out their mouth, I'm sorry, sorry if I sound egotistical, sorry if I sound a little bit more than I should, given my circumstance, but if it's idiocy, it's idiocy. I just know what I can and can't say. But that's just me saying what I'm saying. Now, I'm not trying to point nobody out, I'm not saying no names, I'm not trying to hurt nobody, but at the same time, I'm just trying to communicate and understanding, this is how I feel when I can't communicate with a certain individuals of any kind, but when I can't talk to them directly because they can't listen very well, this is what I express to my audience when I don't mention names. This is when I don't mention names, this is when I don't mention places, this is I don't mention how they happen. But this is what I run into in my everyday life. So even this is even when I run into my everyday stuff and find out, okay, so when I run into that, they tell me about Bill O'Reilly. Now wait, it gets better. This is where it gets better. They tell me about Bill O'Reilly. I'm like, wait a minute, what does Bill O'Reilly have to do with this? Oh, he was an independent, he did this, he did that. He got far, he ended up on TV. I'm like, wait, what do you mean he got far, he ended up on TV? See, idiocy. Hold on, this gets better. I'm like, wait, he got far, he ended up on TV. Yeah, because when you're talking about only got a YouTube star, he was only a YouTube star. He didn't end up on TV. Wait, what? Now, hold the phone there. This guy, the people that are telling me this have told me that they used to run with the original anarchist movement in the 60s. These are people that told me this kind of stuff, okay? They're supposed to know how this runs by now. This as old as they are. So how are they going to tell me that? Something must not be registering, because if they know back then what they know come to the here and now, that doesn't compute with me very well. Because if they were marched back then and they know now, how in the heck could they say that today after living so long and seeing what they've seen and know what they know? If you understand what I understand, Spence, you're a little bit older than I am, but we're not that far apart in understanding. We're flowing the same page here. We don't have turn pages too far away in history to know, wait a minute, they don't sound like they don't make no sense there. They don't make no sense there is what we understand. Bill O'Reilly had to have sold out, because why did he have to get to that point to buy himself out of all that for pages on end, bills on end, and then he just gets fired? He just gets fired?
Oh, people were talking about him that know him.
I know.
And an ego, big head on his shoulders, Bill O'Reilly.
But this is where it gets ridiculous.
Big bully all his life, and he got into radio and he bullied people around on his show, and he's just,
But Spence, this is where it gets ridiculous. But
he's always been like big ego anyway. With that combination, with all that power, he thought, that's just why without.
But Spence, I have this kind of conversation we're having.
It makes me like there's no way he didn't do this,
But Spence, now we're making sense. We're talking about something.
Hold on. Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
If you're paying off those people, that many girls, right? And it's still coming, and then the sponsor said, we've had enough to drop them. Obviously something's going on. Obviously he did some of this stuff that they're accusing him of, and he's trying to say this is a smear campaign and he's got irrefutable evidence. Well, let's see it. If you had it, you'd still be on Fox. And I don't believe, I don't know exactly what happened is what I'm saying, but I believe something happened. I believe he was groping these women or whatever, because he's that big of a head. He's got that big of a head, and he thought he could get away with it.
But Spence,
he's wrong, and he's busted.
Spence, here's the thing. You and I understand this, but here's the thing. I live in New York State, like upstate New York hippie area, where this stuff kind of manifested in an understanding at one point where you and I could have had this conversation back then, 1969 era. I talked with hippies. I talked with people mentioned in the original anarchist movement, anarchy movement back in the day. Yeah. Now I'm talking to these different types of people from that time today, and they're sounding like the kind of conservatives you would think that wouldn't agree with us. The same kind of old folk that would get killed in abortion clinics, because the old people are getting killed off like the new abortions by the young people, because all they have to do is have the plug pulled and they get blamed. It's like these are the same people that are so naive, that think they understand more than they don't, because they think that maturity is a matter of the age. because that's what the wisdom is given, because wisdom and age and maturity are all one and the same. That is not more or less true. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but at the same time, I can't communicate with people if they don't listen, so I don't try to make them listen. You can't do that. I don't believe in thought police, but it's the point when they say that this guy that I was talking about, you know, about the Atimon and all that, about saying that our Constitution and all that, I tried to explain to them, but I'm not going to go into it here. But there's a reason why that guy had a YouTube and O'Reilly had a TV show and was fired. There's a difference. Yeah, one guy's still walking free, has no sexual harassment charge that I know about, the one on YouTube, and power went above his head, and he got fired. Other than that, I had nothing more to say about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll give O'Reilly his props.
Well, yeah, he did some good stories.
I mean, this is not something I like to do, but I mean, he's good at what he does. He's good at interviewing people. He's pretty good at what he does when he sets up his show. He sets up his arena. He sets up his battleground, and he's good at what he does. The only time he ever really falters is if he's up against somebody that's just spitting out the truth.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that someone who's not good at their work.
That's usually someone like, you know, Ron Paul, Jesse Ventura, or like Judge Napolitano, when they're getting on there and they're just saying, well, this is the facts, Bill, and they just, you know, hammer the facts. Then he starts cutting them off and says, yeah, well, forget the Constitution. He's said that before. Well, he said that to Judge a couple of times. Forget about the Constitution. He's talking about whatever the issue was. But, you know, he always tries to put that narrative. He's always pushing that narrative, and he's very good at it. The thing is the people that are, when you got the truth on your side, it don't matter how good you are. The truth speaks for itself, and that's what we do in this movement. As far as we've got the truth, that's all we've got. We don't have the big money, you know. We don't have the big arena like Bill O'Reilly, and he was very good at it. What he did, he was very good at it. In fact, you know, the ratings say he was the best, but it's still all bullshit. You know what he was doing, and the narrative he was pushing, and it's to just keep, you know, the left versus right paradigm going, and you know, just continue the whole nonsense of pushing the narrative and the agenda of the corporate media and the, you know, the powers that be, you know, the bankers or whoever else. So, you know, they're all part of the same game. I mean, the politicians are puppets, and so is the media.
Well, heck, man, you're right on point, man. Just because someone is a criminal doesn't mean they don't do good work in some area in their life. I mean, I wish we thought that about a lot of things. I mean, we had a dentist up here. I'm not going to say where in the Catskills he was, but 2002 summer era, you know, in the summer of 2002, we had a dentist up here in the Catskills. I'm not going to mention his name, nothing like that. Keep him out of it. There's a reason for it. But, yeah, grand larceny in the 3rd degree because he was frauding Medicaid, saying he was getting Medicaid money from patients he wasn't doing operations on, and he was lying and gaining money for it. So I'm not going to mention anything else about that. People want to be researchy about it, they can. But all right, well, I don't want to.
Okay.
But yeah,
people.
People.
What I was just saying about with, you know.
But yeah, but there's people. But he's still free. He still does his practice. He had to pay it back.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's still practicing. He's still got his license. He still works. He's my dentist. Fuck it. Dr. Jenko. So, you know what? He did his practice.
He just paid off the government the right way.
Yeah, he did. He did. He worked on me and everything during that time and everything. No sweat off his back or brow, nothing. So, you know what? He had no trouble working on me. Nothing like that. I had no trouble letting him work on me. I'm not going to lie about that. I did. I'm not going to lie. I did. I was nervous. I was nervous as fuck. I'm going to be honest. When he was going through that, I was going through shivers. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be a truther. I'm going to be honest. I was scared. I was scared. I'm going to be honest. Because he was a dentist and I was working on my teeth, I was scared as fuck. I would have been more scared if I found out if I was a 5-year-old. Especially if I'd been 5. Feeling like I was 5 in my 20s, like I was. So yeah, I was scared of more than I ever was if I didn't have no pubes. So you better believe I was scared as fuck by now.
When I go to the dentist. Go to the dentist sucks.
No, yeah, it sure does. Especially when you hear that and you're like, oh my God, I got bad teeth and everything. I gotta get dentures and all this fuck, and this guy going through this, and I gotta go to him. Oh, I say the Lord. So yeah, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, that made the fear worse. But I got it. got my teeth, did my impressions, my dentistry, everything.
Right.
He even sent me to an oral surgeon just to make me my crazy ass calm. So it's not like he didn't help me better. That's calm my nerves and shit. So it's not like he ain't a good dentist despite the bullshit he went through and did. So it's not like he isn't a good dentist. God bless Dr. Jinkle. See? Go to his practice, South Fallsburg Dental. He's awesome.
So the dentist and the plumber performed with the electrician's help. Surgery on me, okay? So that's what happened.
Shut up, man. We gotta play a song. We're going to a song break. Shut up.
We gotta go to song break. Well, we'll see if we can.
right, ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to go on. And then we got Jay Gonzo with us. Welcome to the show, Jay.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Spent, thanks for working this out. And this time, I will not be taking my scripts till after the broadcast is over.
Very good, yeah, because what happened with Mark, yeah.
Yeah, no more 4 and all downers before ending broadcast.
Just to
No,
get everybody update what we've been talking about. We were kind of just laughing about Bill O'Reilly and talking about the media and the big money and everything involved.
Oh yeah.
This is basically any topic anybody wants to talk about.
Oh yeah, it's whatever.
Who's listening wants to jump up on my page or Ian's page and write a comment on our promo here and ask a question or something. You know, we'll check it out and you know, go from there. So anyways, it's cool to have Jay on. What's up, my brother?
Oh, not much. I'm just nerding up with Star Trek.
All right, you've been watching some Star Trek, huh?
Yeah.
Right on, right on.
Oh, my dad would love you. You're a Trekkie.
I'm more Star Wars, but you know.
Yeah, that's me. I like Star Wars, but I always grew up on.
All right,
Still cool.
I grew up
got
on
a Star Wars question. This is just off topic, since we're on the Star Wars topic. Have you guys ever seen, the old Star Wars, the cartoon, Clone Wars cartoons?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think there's like 7 to 9 seasons of it. It was really, really good.
Are you speaking of
they have a new one. I don't know what it's on. I watch it on like Yes Movies, but
It's on Disney XD. It's called Star Wars Rebels. I'm already on
Star Wars Rebels season 1 3. I love Star Wars Rebels too, man. I just got done watching season 3. What's up there? I guess I don't know if that's the season finale or the series finale.
I don't know.
Yeah, are you up to date with the Rebels there, Jay?
I think it'd have to be a season finale because, you know, Star Wars is a cash cow and Disney's going to milk it, so.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I'm guessing, it seemed the way it ended. I've come up to the end there. It's like before
I haven't watched it, so don't spoil it.
They ran into Obi-Wan. Ezra went and saw Obi-Wan.
Well, don't spoil it.
Well, okay, well, this is why I think it's going to be, I don't know if they're going to up it. We'll have to look it up then online. But very good show. Anyways, if you haven't checked it out,
is a douche.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly the douche. Go ahead, Jay.
I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to get back on like the relevant topic. Sorry.
Okay, that sounds good. No, we were just talking about, you know, how big of a head he's got and, you know, how much power he's had. And, you know, I have no doubt that he's guilty of what they're accusing him of, just because it happened so much and they paid him off for so long. But now that the sponsors decided, say, okay, this is just going on too long. The people are complaining. This is it. You know, we're gonna drop this. You know, sponsoring you, drop the money. Then all of a sudden, as powerful as he is, even he's canned because Fox is like, hey, you're not making us any money. You're gone.
Because money is the name of the game.
Money's the name of the game. And he was making them lots of money.
Tommy Lahren got canned too, you know.
Who?
Tommy Lahren.
Is that hot blonde chick that's a conservative?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, you just want to stare at her all day, but don't let her talk, man. Jeez.
I mean, like, liberals suck, but conservatives really suck.
Yeah, both sides. Too much ideology going on. Not enough truth.
I mean, like, I'm all for protecting, you know, the old saying, protecting my pot farms with guns, and, you know, gay people get married and all that, whatever. Both sides of the coin. I don't know, liberals, they suck because they want to make laws for everything, and conservatives suck because they want to oppress everybody that's not, you know, a straight, white, rich man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more like,
Bonus points for Christianity.
Yeah, I mean, the right wing, it seems like it's almost been it's beyond hijacked, I mean, by the religious groups.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that all these religious groups can't even agree on anything, too. So, but they're all, you know, when it comes to the media, and guys like O'Reilly, you know, they're going to get up there and champion for these people.
he's been such a scumbag for so long, you know, like he's spouting no spin zone. Bullshit. Ain't
Unbiased, too. Can you believe that?
Propaganda.
Unbiased, too. Oh, I'm unbiased, but I'll sniff up your skirt if I want.
His show is nothing but biased, spun propaganda, you know?
Yeah.
Well, was, I should say. He's in the dust now.
Yeah, we'll see if he rises, though.
Oh, no, Phoenix metaphor, please.
No, I'm just saying, dude. I mean, I know it was kind of like the metaphor there, but I'm saying, you know, if this shit blows over, he could be back. Not necessarily I'm fine with it. He could be back. He'll be back doing something. He's powerful, man.
You know, he'll live in the dark for a while, and he'll write a book.
Yeah, he still has a lot of money and a lot of
Yeah, it'll be called Killing the Factor.
Yeah.
Or Killing Bill.
Killing the Factor's a good one.
Killing the Bill. How I lost... I had everything, but I lost it all to sexual... whatever. This, that, and the third. 10 steps why you don't think you could ever let... you can yourself think you can get away with it all, because the bills will leave you. And this is who's not looking out for you when you think you're looked out for. Or whatever thing you could say. 10-step program.
Well, you know, with him, though, he's, you know, again, he's got so much influence and so many people follow him and believe in him. Like I said, there's people out there that, you know, are going to believe that he's totally innocent of all this, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Left-wing smear campaign, just like he's spewing it. He's got his audience there. He's still got his people. And, you know, the deep state, the deep state loves him. So, you know, he's some people on it that it's just right now the advertisers, the money Fox parts ways. But it doesn't mean he won't be, you know, it doesn't mean he's down and out. We're laughing he got fired from Fox.
You know,
He pretty much all but owned Fox for all those years. But,
well, heck, man.
She caught up.
Well, heck, man.
So,
people could say, oh, if you own Fox, how'd he get fired? Well, if you want to throw in an old InfoWars Challenge analogy thing back, we could always say Norman Oswald owned Oscorp, but got fired and came back as the Green Goblin. So, if you want to throw a fantasy analogy, that would be more...
Everybody loved Bill Cosby, too.
Yeah, look what happened to him. He ain't the Jello mascot.
Nobody loves Bill Cosby anymore.
Oh, man, all he had to do was throw a Trump comment. That's all he had to do.
but Cosby's probably less innocent or more innocent than...
Oh, bro, yeah. All he had to do was say something about Donald Trump before he ran, and there went his career, and all this stuff happened. Like, oh my goodness, I hate to have to use this guy as a comparison, but I have to anyway, because he's like the only thing that comes to mind right now. 999. Oh my goodness, I hate to have to do that, but you know, all he had to do was say, pain never felt this good, and along came Gloria Allred right after that. And all them women, I could have very well, just like anybody else, had said, I believed him when he said I never saw those women. But as soon as he said, it just seemed so coincidental, even though it was Herman Cain that said, I never seen these women before in my life. After he said, pain never felt this good, and along came Gloria Allred and all these high-paid hoes he probably never saw before, because whoever the fuck ever saw Godfathers before, unless you live in the South, the only one that knows of them is the people in Oklahoma. And I only know this because I had family in Oklahoma. Who were they? My mom and my dad stationed down in Fort Sill, and I wasn't born yet. That's the only reason why I know Godfathers was there. The military blew up the Sonic Burger, and that's the only reason why I know the NPA now. So how the hell would I know that?
Well, anyways, you know, freaking, I really do believe that Bill O'Reilly is, you know, he definitely was up to no good, and it's just too many allegations and too much payoffs, and then, you know, assuming if the sponsors would have dropped him, he'd still be on air today. You know, he'd be starting the show on Monday again, and it's all about the mighty dollar. I mean, everybody knows that. And we can laugh now, but, you know, again, he still has a lot of power. He still has a lot of backing. He still has his audience of, you know, diehard O'Reilly pinheads. He still has his army, and he's still, he's still going to make money. He's going to write books. It's worse
to fade away.
I don't know. I may put up another.
I don't think he's going to fade away. That's the whole point. It would be nice, but
And then let me say something else. Kent. Kent, wait. They didn't just end up in PA. After the military blew up the Sonic Burger, Sonic all of a sudden became a chain years later. So it wasn't just the fact they blew up one Sonic Burger. They blew up one Sonic Burger, and all shit, Sonic's been all over, and then Twins have been all over TV. And why do I call those dudes twins? How the hell can they make the same damn commercial with the same annoying-ass guys all over the damn TV and make money off the same damn shit? Well, if the military blows up your shit, chances are you making money no matter what. How's that for legal entitlement? It's called a blown-up burger. And the old joint gonna make money for the rest of your damn life till your grandkids. If it happened in the South, chances are if it happened next to a military base and it happened, well, your ass is fit before Papa John got born. You just gotta know with food, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't just about GMO, you just gotta understand the chain. Here come the man working on the chain. You just gotta understand how shit works. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
ain't nothing wrong with how I explained it.
Alright, setting burgers aside,
yeah, just flip it all off.
Comeback. I actually do believe he's going to make some kind of comeback some way or another. Fuck him. I mean, still got, he can still do a radio show on his own. Glenn Beck does his own thing.
I've never seen it. Fuck him.
He does his own thing now, but he's definitely, he does his radio show. He's heard every day. He's on the radio every morning, not weekends, but, he comes on before Rush Limbaugh on that whatever radio. Yeah, fuck them all, I agree. And, but Bill O'Reilly has had a radio show. He might go back. I don't know if he still does. He might still have one, but the sponsors might have dropped him there, too. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I used to listen to. I understand the industry, and I used to listen to these guys a long time ago. So I do know a lot about him. I know a lot about Bill O'Reilly. I used to watch him. I used to be somewhat of a fan of his when I believed all the hype before I woke up. So I do know what I'm talking about. I like to say to young conservatives, I say I've forgotten more than you even know. I've come a long way since those days, though. But that type of guy, somebody is just big and egotistical and big-headed as Bill O'Reilly. He's going to do something. I don't think he's just going to fade away, dude.
Of course he is.
I think he's going to fade away for a few months and keep low because he's got to.
Do what? Tuck his tail between his legs and get on the radio?
News, that shit will blow over just like everything else in the news. It'll blow over, and people forget about it, and his base will start even coming. People that left might even come back, and he'll be able to. I'm not saying he's going to be on Fox. I'm not saying he's going to be on MSNBC. I don't know where he's going to go, but he will still have a media influence one way or the other. He's going to lay low for a while and then let shit blow over, and then he's going to pop up like, you're not going to get Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly would be like the turd in the toilet bowl. No matter, you keep flushing and flushing, it keeps floating back up to the top. And it just goes round and round but never goes down. It just floats back up to the top. Yeah, well, that's a good analogy of Bill O'Reilly. I believe. I don't think he's going to fade away. That's wishful thinking, Jay. It's wishful thinking. That man
I think he's just going to go the fuck away. He might come out on the radio a couple years. You know what I mean? A couple years. He will never be what he once was. Nobody give a fuck about him. And it's you know what I mean? He's done. He'll never be what he was. That's over.
Possibly.
That story in his life is fucking closed. The chapter
possibly, hopefully. But I don't. That man is so hard-headed, so egotistical, such a big head. I don't see him just laying down and going away. He's gonna lay low now because he's got to. That's the strategic plan. Even Dog the Bounty Hunter laid low. Hulk Hogan. You all mess up. These guys mess up, saying shit or doing shit they shouldn't be doing. They're going to lay low for a while, but eventually they're hired back. Dog the Bounty Hunter ended up getting the show again. Hulk Hogan will be wrestling, or not wrestling, but announcing or doing something sooner or later. That's just using those two just use the N-word. This guy's groping girls, and he's more powerful than both of them. he can easily come back and be doing something and build it again, because he is good at what he does.
He could build his own. He could build his
I
own.
don't see him done for now. Yes.
He could build his own news network. He could build his own. Like in time, he can invest whatever money he's got and build his own news network and answer to Fox.
Yeah. He absolutely could, and he could do it with Glenn Beck.
Yeah, he could bring him right in.
Ew. No, him and Glenn Beck are tight.
Yeah, they are. They've been friends.
He wanted to have control of his own thing, and that's why he left Fox and Bill. You know, Beck and Bill O'Reilly used to go out and do tours together. I forget what they used to call it.
Bold and Fresh. Bold and Fresh, I remember.
But he started doing it with
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller. Hold on there, Ian. Hold on. I'm giving you all facts right now.
Sure.
He used to go on tour and do a on stage routine. They'd go out and sell out wherever the heck they went. It was him and Glenn Beck. They did that for a couple of years, maybe about 2 years. And Glenn Beck finally got tired of his ego, I think, but they're still friends. And Beck got tired of Fox and pulled out of there and did his own thing. So replacing Beck, he ended up using Dennis Miller. I don't know if you've ever seen The Factor with Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller had a spot every Wednesdays where he used to come on, and they'd go over, and Dennis Miller would do his comedy routine and just bust on Obama or the left or whatever, and be the new right-wing conservative comedian. And so then him and Bill started taking him around, and it was Miller and O'Reilly and Miller doing whatever shows, and they were selling out too. This guy got a base, he's got an audience, and I just don't think he's going to just float away. And he could get back together with Beck. He could bring in Dennis Miller. He could do something, to rival with those guys, So
Well, one thing that's possible. What if Glenn Beck brings him in with him? What if that's possible?
He's put Glenn Beck over that.
Huh?
Riley into Beck's network, he could start off.
He could. I don't know if Glenn Beck would do it. But one thing I do know about, like, what we brought up the topic of Glenn Beck as a possible, he couldn't stand his ego. What I do know also about Glenn Beck being canned from Fox, he also raised the issue of George Soros on Fox first. So when he started bringing up, partially bringing up Agenda 21 before denying the FEMA camp expose, before trying to admit it, that it was fact, then he started getting more aggressive with being a truther, even while not admitting completely. So that was right around the time, right around the time where he was pretty much went on to the Blaze and started doing the Glenn Beck Network and started doing his own thing. Because he was starting to expose Soros, starting to partially expose the agenda.
I used to watch him too. I used to watch his show.
I used to love watching him, but then around the time when I was watching him,
he was on Fox. He had a 5 o'clock show. I loved that show.
I did too, but then they canned him and replaced it with the. But then they canned him.
Even when I was a conservative, I started dropping him when he started pushing Israel all the time and everything. He started moving away after exposing George Soros, and a lot of what the left does, as far as the crookedry and the crookedness of the Clinton and all that stuff. He was out of them a long time ago. So he was doing all that stuff, and he was right about some of it, but he wasn't right about all of it. He was always pushing, the conservative, and then he started getting all Sarah Palin and
well, you got to also consider this.
All this other stuff. He started sinking, and he started sinking in the ratings.
Well, you got to consider this as all.
Or left wing, because when you say the left, you make it sound like the whole left, and that's not the case.
It's not, and you also got to consider this. He also was on
anarchists are left.
Yeah, you also got to.
Some are. It's not a matter of left or right being an anarchist, though.
Anarchists, you're more or less thinking for yourself, but you're also thinking on the level of no government. But at the same time, Jesus, Ben, let me talk.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to speak, but I can't speak over you. You speak louder than I can.
I was still making a point with Jay, with Jay's point was, but go ahead.
All right, you want to finish?
No, go ahead.
All right.
I did.
All right, okay. Well, basically, with Glenn Beck, he was still on Fox, so there was only so much he could say, and they were on the verge of canning his ass anyway. So they were ready to can him, and then he started his own network, in which, that's when he started doing his own thing. But remember, when he was on his own, in between him being on Fox and being on his own network, he was denying the FEMA camps. And then there's this whole thing whether or not they exist, whether they don't exist, whether it's going to happen, whether it's not going to happen. There's so much debate about that.
I'll deny FEMA camps too.
Huh?
I said I'll deny FEMA camps too.
Yeah, because if you think of this, put it in this perspective, that's a lot of manpower to put a whole people in these places. That's
but, I mean, remember when Jade Helen was going to round us up?
Yeah, that never happened. It was a scare.
Exactly.
It was a scare.
Surprise. Yeah, that's the conspiratard scene of our crowd, too, that we have to listen to a lot, which is annoying.
Yeah, I did the Jade Held story. I did a report on that when Eva and I were doing E for Eternity on NWO Truth Radio Mass Media. We interviewed someone on it. We waited, saw things. It was a scare, but nothing. You know, there's a lot I saw in the last 4 years that didn't happen. I mean, every time I saw an Illuminati prediction on YouTube for the last 4 years, I was wondering, when's this one going to come? It was every summer. From 2013, I'm wondering this 2017. What are they going to say differently? I don't even bother to watch them. Like, it's not going to happen. You know? I'll wait for the Farmer's Almanac before I see that shit happen. You know? I'd have a better chance of seeing a polar bear in a snowstorm in July on the 4th before something like that takes place. But go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, we were talking about O'Reilly and the power he's got in Beck. I can see them possibly getting together here in the future. I'm not saying it's going to happen or anything, but it's very, very possible. I just don't see Bill O'Reilly just tucking his tail and running. He's not that type of person. And if you had spent any time watching this guy, this big egomaniac, you should know this, So he's gonna come back and do something at some point. But for right now, he's fired and canned, and it's funny as shit.
Hey, it's like my dick as soon as George Bush is done with it.
Yeah, the whole damn system can give me a snarling. Fuck them. All of them.
Yeah.
Plus the whole state, man.
The state is...
You guys want a song break real quick, or you want to talk some more?
What's that?
You guys want to keep talking, or a song break real quick? You guys just getting started talking?
We'll go for a little bit longer and do Sombre. Is that all right?
Yeah, do what you want.
We can do. This depends on you, really, dude.
All right, man. I'm fine with whatever you're fine with. You guys tell me. We're all in this together.
Hell yeah, do a song. I don't care.
You want a song? All right, we'll do a song. I'll put you guys in the green room. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Pent-Psyhc, y'all. The Big Bang Factor. Y'all ready? Good, because I got the sound of the universe.
Welcome into the sound universe of dangerous emotion. universe of
Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning again. We are beginning again. We got the all-star dynamic duo right here. What's up, my peeps? Oh, wait, why didn't he doing it right? All right, all right. I'm gonna ask you again. How you doing, my peeps?
What up?
All right. The volume was messed up there.
What's your latest 20 days?
All right. Well, we're back on air, and now that we got like an hour and 103 minutes left, we can pretty much discuss whatever. Might as well not make it all about Bill Wright. He's fired. Why are we talking about him for?
Oh, what about goddamn Alex Jones?
Oh man, we gotta make it about him again.
He about to not have his kids because of his bullshit.
What about him now? Why are we talking about him again?
Because he's in the custody battle.
He's doing what in the custody battle?
He said that his whole persona was an act.
You're kidding me. He did
No,
what?
he said his whole persona was an act.
You mean his real name
The
isn't Alex?
character he plays.
You mean his real name ain't Alex Jones? You're kidding me.
So, well,
Are you
that's what he told
serious?
the judge.
Huh?
He told the judge that his whole show and his persona was just the character he plays. He's just an actor. He's just an actor.
Knew he would too.
So what's his real name? Bill Hicks?
I can't hear you.
What's his real name? Bill Hicks?
No, Bill, that's bullshit.
I'm just joking. So what's the deal with him?
Yeah, a lot of people say he looks like Bill Hicks, I guess, like aged.
Hell, please. Bill Hicks is all dead. I don't know how he died, but I was too young to know that back then.
And Mark Dice is River Phoenix.
No. River Phoenix drowned and brought back from the corpse. Undead. Adam's family look-alike.
YouTube videos, there's all the proof.
No, shut up.
And the earth is flat.
You know, there's YouTube videos to prove that too. And me,
And shit.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
No. Joan Jett from the Blackhearts is more flat than the damn planet. Now, can we talk about something else? There's more evidence that Angelina Jolie is now flat than the damn Earth. Now, can we talk about something else?
yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna make some fun of some flurfers.
Oh.
Yeah, screw flippers. They like ruin the truth movement. Well, they're not the only thing that ruined the truth movement, but they're a huge factor.
No,
Yeah,
Bill was the huge factor, but he got fired. He was
Truth
the
movement is just
factor.
like this tinfoil conspiracy craziness nowadays.
You know,
Oh, can we stop saying tinfoil? Can we please stop saying tinfoil?
Or, Koch brothers, or, Israel. It's not about any of that. It's about, like, fucking mind control in television, and the fluoride in the water is going to get you, and chemtrails.
The rhythm is gonna get you.
oh yeah, and all this stuff, the reptilian shapeshifters. It's Hillary.
Like, I've drank city water my entire life. I'm 37 years old, and you know what? I'm not controlled.
Yeah.
I'm not docile.
Sweet
Hey man,
and
I've been saying this for a while.
crunchy.
Why did I 42? I'm 42. A lot of people are listening right now, and nobody on air with me. Either one of you guys have made it 40 yet. And I woke up at 42, 4 years ago. Well, almost 5 years ago. So, I've been drinking the water longer than all of y'all. So, same thing. I've been under these chemtrails a little bit. I was born in 1970. So if you go back before 1970, then you've had more exposure. If you don't, then I've had more exposure. So I woke up when I was 42, and I really, really woke up. And I've come a long way since, too. But if it was all this shit was all true, then I would never have woken up, especially at 42. And I would have grown to where I am today. So I think a lot of this stuff needs to just be chilled out on and focus on, like you said, the Federal Reserve, the bankers, and all the corruption that's going on. Go ahead, weigh in, guys.
I'm still not sure how money has value.
It's all in their head. Everybody's head.
Yeah, that's how Bill got fired. It was in his head.
The Federal Reserve loaned it to the government, and its value is based on the interest.
Yeah, that's why we have an income tax, because before 1913, in the Federal Reserve, there was no income tax. Now they tax income to pay off that interest. It's a Ponzi scheme. In fact, the world's human race's biggest Ponzi scheme ever.
I'm not even sure if I'm right. I have no idea how the fuck money works. Do you?
They print it out of thin air and loan it to the government, and there's bonds too.
Savings bonds. Savings bonds. It will give you loans to help you die.
What gives it value is it's people's heads. The belief in it is really what gives it value. Just like a gold coin. What gives a gold coin value besides somebody believing it's valuable?
And 2017, it's kind of weird we even still use money.
Yeah, well, it's more credit. Like now, it's just digits. Who's got the more digits to put up there gets more shit.
Credit's still money.
Welcome to the script.
The problem, though, is the money that we're using is owned by a private entity, which is the Federal Reserve. It's not the federal government. It's state loan to the federal government. It's a Ponzi thing. So, and again, it's the people's belief and the people's worship. It's the people's worship of this entity here called money, and the belief and the worship in it because they love it so much. It's in God we trust. Notice that's on the bill. That's your God right there. What is it like? Who has the new song "Gold, Oil, and Drugs"? God. Gold, oil, and drugs. That's all about the money.
Why is gold even valuable?
Well, again, it's because people a long time ago
Who the hell cares nowadays?
decided that's a valuable item to trade with. If you have a good hunk of gold, you can trade for some tomatoes and potatoes or what have you. You can carry that around instead of tomatoes and potatoes. And it has value. Silver, too. Now, for whatever reason, silver has less value. But that's just all it's a belief system. Again, it's a belief system. And your belief that if you believe that you can buy tomatoes with this, then you can buy tomatoes with it. And if the other person that has tomatoes believes that you can, then you will. So it's not
authority doesn't exist.
That's not the problem, though. It's not a bad thing to be able to do that.
It's the Pent-Psyhc system.
Instead of using gold, you're using paper. You're using money. You print money out of thin air and act like it has value and then loan it with an interest, that doesn't even exist. There's no other money in circulation than the interest. They pay the interest. Somebody's going to get screwed. It's like the bank lending to the store owner and the farmer. Well, the farmer needs to go buy seeds and all this stuff to get his farm going. So he gets his farm going. He's got a bunch of chickens, but he got no more money to pay his interest. Now, the store owner, on the other hand, all that chicken feed, all that stuff he sold that farmer, he made, he not only, same case, they each got $1, and they both had to pay 50 cents interest. So they both borrowed $1, they have to pay back $1.50.
Think about interest itself creates money out of thin air.
The farmer spends his dollar on the seed and the feed and all that stuff he needs for his farm to get productive farm. So he has a productive farm, right? But no more money, because meanwhile, now the store owner, though, because he can't pay back the debt. He can't pay back the interest or the dollar now because he spent all his money to get his farm going. And then when he goes to try to sell this stuff, meanwhile, the store owner's already had to pay back his debt. So he's got his dollar back paid for plus the 50 cents interest. See, but there's only $2 going around in circulation to begin with. Only one person. Somebody had to lose to be able to interest. So the farmer lost, and then he loses his farm. That's stealing.
Well, we should get rid of capitalism.
But for the long time, it's not necessarily capitalism. It's just playing out legal fucking robbery. You know, it's outsmarting somebody. It's outsmarting a group of people.
I don't think it's robbery.
Like farmer and the dollar as best I can. But you're understanding, you know, they print $2 out of thin air, and then they lend it to the farmer, and
at 50% interest. And so interest creates money out of nothing.
So well, what I'm saying is like, yeah, okay, so there is no other money in circulation to pay back that interest except for if the store owner gets the farmer's dollar, then he can pay it back and still have 50 cents. So he succeeds. Meanwhile, the farmer, can't. He can only sell 50 cents worth of product. You know, say it's chickens or eggs or whatever else to the store owner that the store owner would need. But the store owner only has 50 cents now to spend. So the farmer gets back 50 cents, but he's got all these eggs and chickens and stuff. And, you know, the store owner's debt's paid. That $1.50 already went back to the bank. Now that 50 cents went to buy some of the stuff to keep his store going. The farmer now can't. I might be going to. I'm kind of confused with this, but anyways, the farmer can't pay it. He's only got 50 cents. He doesn't have $1.50, so then he gets his farm taken. You know, that's kind of what, in a nutshell, kind of way it's going on. If somebody can explain it way better, I'm certainly no friggin'. I'm the last person really you should be asking this advice on, but I'm not the big numbers guy or anything else. But you get the gist of it, anyways. So. It's just tricking and thievery and robbery. It's legalized, and they've been doing it for a long time. And the Federal Reserve basically prints money out of thin air, lends it to our government. Our government, lends it out to the bank, and able to pay the Federal Reserve back. You know, they charge us an income tax now. So that's the gist of it. There you go. Proceed, my friends.
I don't know where to go from there.
20 more days.
Yeah, and then you're off. But yeah, you'll be ready to have a good time, celebrate.
That's right.
just peaceful celebration. No problem. No.
Probably the back on probation.
Anyway, milk and cookies and some. Listen to a little bit of Eagles, because I know you love the Eagles, and you'll be reading library books about quantum physics all day.
I do like quantum physics.
All right, I know you do. Let's see. You'll be reading about
Jesus. I'll be reading about Jesus.
You'll be reading about religions. How's that? All right. So yeah. It's gonna be a nice, peaceful, easy feeling Eagles song.
See, the three polite things to talk about are politics, sex, and religion, so we should probably cover religion next.
I hate religion.
I'm just kidding.
I hate religion. I try not, it's just so embarrassing. I try not to even get into debates with believers or whatever, with them as an agnostic. It's just funny because my approach is just so laid back. And it all boils down to one thing, faith. And at the end, I'd say, if somebody starts talking to me, I'm like, all right, man, let's just save ourselves 15 minutes. Let's just cut to the chase. At the end of it, when I got you all backed in the corner, you got nothing for me, you're going to say, well, it boils down to faith. And I'm just going to tell you, well, I don't think faith is a virtue. I think it's a goal. You're believing something without evidence or any good reason to believe it. So that's where it has to end. It doesn't go any farther. So that's why I try not to debate about religion anymore.
Yeah, only engage. What else is going on in the world? North Korea?
People have their beliefs and stuff that makes them feel good and stronger, and it helps them, and certain whatever. That's fine. That's great. I mean, I'm all for it. That's fine. But to get dogmatic and crazy on it, like a lot do, some people, actually get mad if you don't believe, and they want you to burn. They want, like, well, you're gonna burn in hell. You get those types out there, and that's like, dude, if you want somebody to burn because they're not believing
The witches of Westboro.
Yeah, I think how preposterous that is, and there's plenty out there to do that in all religions. So,
There's Saddam in Syria.
Well, it's been kind of a quiet week. There's just been like, was there anything going on in Afghanistan again, or no? I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Trying to catch up.
I don't know. I haven't seen
I
any
just
Facebook.
heard anything like really that sticks out yet. There wasn't. I think after Easter, it's been a quiet week. Maybe it worked like we were saying last week, Big E. And I was saying on the Easter Bunny thing, the Bunny show. Trump's at home and all the state. They're all home, kissing their loved ones, eating Easter dinner, and acting like they care about each other, and eating chocolate cake and chocolate bunnies, and having Easter egg hunts, and everything's just fine. Everybody's happy. And then the week comes in, Tuesday comes around, and Wednesday comes around. Let's hope they don't bomb anything. They kind of keep that chilled out mode. Well, it seems like they kind of did. Well,
With a plot to bomb here and a false flag there, and a plot to bomb, the Syrian bomb, and a false flag everywhere, bomb, it hasn't happened, bomb.
You gotta get back to this corruption, and it might be next week. At least this week we kind of got lucky.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I can assume that Yemen's still getting bombed, over there by Saudi Arabia that we're backing, so.
They're always bombing somebody.
Yeah, there's always something going on. I don't think they recognize Easter.
What? Well, under all that smoke, who can see an egg?
Trump did, and John McCain recognize Easter and go kiss their loved ones and eat chocolate cake, chocolate bunnies.
Heck, you probably lose the chicken in all that smoke. Really? Be real here.
Chicken and all that smoke?
Well, with the bombs going off, who could find the chicken or the egg? Who would come first? All right, that was bad. That was bad. Sorry. That was horrible.
Because whatever laid the egg was almost a chicken.
I know. Only the audience could have heard that right. I'm sorry. I'm still sick. I'm sorry.
I have to agree.
Like a screw loose of a fat chick kind of joke. I'm sorry.
I like to ask this question. Why did the chicken cross the road, roll around in a bunch of mud and dirt, and then cross the road again?
To stop a false flag.
No, because he's see, now you guys screwed me up. Because he's a double-crossing dirty bird. There you go. Cross the road, roll around.
Exactly. He was a double-crossing. He was a double-crossing double agent. He tried to stop the false flag and. All right.
He's a double-crossing dirty bird. There you go. There's your joke of the day.
Well, ain't that just a turkey? We better stop this right now.
So, anyways, bombing going on. I don't know. I think it's kind of chill right now. The biggest news of the week was really Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Getting fired,
Well, and Alex Jones.
I didn't hear about the Alex Jones thing. Again, I haven't really been looking. I kind of just wait to see, like, anything big happens, you hear about it, and otherwise I haven't been searching. The news drives me nuts. It's just time to walk away from it, you get the gist of it, do a show, have fun on radio with it. But yeah, I didn't. Alex Jones. It doesn't surprise me that he'd say it's just a gimmick. It's just my gimmick. Well, yeah, I can say, well, Spen Kent's my gimmick. It is, but I'm pretty much Spen Kent is the same. I'm the same motherfucker. You know, for the most part, I gimmick around a little bit more when I'm just being Spen Kent on the radio or playing music or whatever I'm doing. You know, goofing around on Facebook, just, you know, doing dick and fart jokes or whatever. I'm you know, just being more lively or happier. But, you know, it's just me. It's Kent. You know, Spen Kent's just always been a nickname that I've had for, you know, over 25 years, quarter of a damn century. Had that since high school. So, did different things, played in bands, you know, called different radio shows, and over the years, and then got into the movement here and discovered Lee and Dennis, you know, the Friday Night Super Show, and made friends from there. That's how I met Ian.
Movement's sort of like stagnant.
I do like doing the Spen Kent thing, but when I was up there saying it's just a gimmick, no, it's not. I mean, I pretty much believe everything I'm saying, so it's not a gimmick like that. I don't know what he believes, what he's saying. That to me, when
I don't think he believes a fucking word of what he says.
Who are you talking about?
I think he's just, again, he doesn't recognize Zionism. He doesn't, you know, there's a lot of things about him that give me, you know, red flags.
Guys, who you babbling about? Who we talking about? Who we not believing?
We're talking about Alex Jones.
Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about? Oh, I didn't believe that.
I don't either.
There's a teleprompter
he just,
guy.
you know, just gets off, you know, he makes money. He's making
He just makes shit up as he goes. Fucking yeah, he just makes money off that shit.
Okay, politicians do that.
Yep.
Yeah, Trump's
He makes
biggest
two.
guilt trip of them all.
Yeah, I think he's no different than the others. Why everybody calls him a shill, but
What the hell even is that? I've heard that term so many times. What the hell
sometimes, I mean,
even
like,
is that?
I think me and you were talking about that earlier, Ian. You know, sometimes he does certain things that are right. You know, it's not like I'm always disagreeing with him.
Hey, you throw enough shit at the wall, some of it'll stick.
There's going to be certain things and certain things that he's right on. You know, it's like, okay, there's no disagreement about that. It's just something simple, but it's simple shit. But when he gets into, you know, he gets into a lot more conspiracy, and he's always saying the global elite, the global elite. Well, who is the global elite? Why?
I'm trying to catch what he said. I'm trying to catch what
Why can't he ever say Zionist bankers? Why can't he ever call out? He calls out some corporations, I guess, but that's it. He doesn't really call out the top, man. And he likes to say global elite so much, and then he does a lot of fear mongering on his audience, and just, you know, yelling and spouting off. So yeah, he's pretty much full of shit. I don't like Alex Jones.
What was it he said?
I won't listen to him, ever will.
I've never listened to him. I've only watched videos making fun of him.
What was that about Shill?
I've heard him out. I've heard certain things here. I know he's had, you know, he does have guests on that the mainstream won't have on anymore, like Ron Paul. You know, Ron Paul can barely get on Fox these days, even Hannity or something. Jesse Ventura, they won't have. So Alex Jones has these guys. You know, whoever else, you know, like, Judge Napolitano, he can go on Fox, but they keep him limited too. They keep his mouth wired. Believe me, Judge knows what's up. He's just not allowed to say any more than he's allowed to say. Otherwise, he won't get his big fat paycheck from Fox News. But Judge does know what he's talking about. I mean, he would rip up Alex Jones. But anyways,
what was that?
They're obviously not allowed to say the stuff that we are saying right now, that I'm saying, that you're saying, Zionists and whatnot. But with Alex Jones, there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to say that, and he does. He never comes out and admits on the bankers that I've heard. And the use of the terminology global elite is just overdone with him. Global elite, global elite.
I didn't catch what our other host said. Shill. I didn't catch that what you said. Kent drowning you out. What was that term again? How did you abbreviate that? Shill.
Shill.
How'd you say that was again? Something about a little stick?
Ask Jay about it.
That's what I was trying to do, but you kept talking over.
He's just like a fucking mouthpiece. It just...
Oh, mouthpiece for the elites. That's what I always thought it was.
You know, trying to act like he's on your side type thing.
That's what I always thought it was. But does it have that's all it really is a mouthpiece, like a spy or something, like that secret agent card from a Lou and I trading card game? Is that what Shill really is? I'm really trying to get to understand that term, because I've
See,
heard it.
it's more like, I mean, let me try to sum it up, and I could be wrong, and if I am, and somebody chime in. But I would say it's like somebody who knows better, but gets up there and says shit anyway. Yep.
So it's more like a poser, is all it is.
But at the same time, they could be
There's an agenda.
But hold on. Because at the same time, they could be actually doing damage to the movement instead of actually helping the movement.
Oh, so a
That's
shill.
what I think it's more like about this. The shill's like they're not only saying they know what they're saying is bullshit, or they're trying to lead you the other way, acting like they're on your side, but they're really, they're getting paid by the basers or whatever.
Okay,
and
so I
they're
get what you're
looking
saying.
like the good guys.
A shill
They're
is
gonna lead you down any way they want. That to me, I think that's what a shill is, but it could
Okay,
just be
so-
as simple as what Jay said, I guess.
a shill is a poser with political empowerment that can lead or and disengage or
Just being
split.
like a liar that's trying to trick you to act like he's on your.
Yeah, a divider. A shill is like is a
Selling
Leninist.
snake oil.
A shill is a
Selling
Leninist.
snake oil and doing it on purpose for the bad guys that you're against, that he claims he's against.
Well, was it not?
Or am I going too far? It's just selling snake oil.
Well, was it not Lenin?
Much.
Was it not Lenin from Russia who originally said the best way to control a revolution is to start it ourselves and control it? Well, if that doesn't represent Alex Jones, and that, yeah, Shill makes sense. Because Shill is a Leninist then. A Leninist is and Shill kind of go hand in hand. It's just how you say it.
Well, I mean, and then there's David Icke, too. I think David Icke's even worse.
Oh, Mark, and then what's Mark Dice then?
I think David Icke's even worse. I mean, he is worse.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you
David
talking.
Icke is.
Oh, God.
The guy that started the reptilian shit and
Oh, forget him.
flat Earth
I
and
don't want
everything
to
else.
talk about him no more. He makes me mad. Icky.
I think he is flat Earth. That sounds familiar.
But I mean, he started the whole shape-shifting reptilian and the Anunnaki stuff, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Or he brought it out. I don't know. He's all over the place with his shit. He's just selling a lot of books. And then, he had, I think there was one of the conspiracy theories with Jesse was on one time, and they had him on there. Jesse sat him on a table. And he's like, oh,
thermite.
yeah, he was like, give me some proof, He's like, well, you're saying she's a shapeshifter. What proof do you have? I mean, you're just saying all this hearsay. And he got all mad and walked off. And that's what just, it's not like this was Brian Williams or frickin' Walter Cronkite. This was fucking Jesse Ventura. This blew it up with nanothermite. Jesse Ventura. This is the, I was a bodyguard, a wrestler, a Navy SEAL, a biker, Hell's Angel. I was even a rodeo clown. That guy.
Played by Jesse Ventura, not
Picked the kid
Trip.
up off the ground and said, kid, we ain't got time to bleed.
Oh, goodness.
That's about the best one. I can't do it like Trip, man. Trip's like the master at doing Jesse Ventura. He's like, yeah. Oh, he goes, picked the kid up off the ground. He was bleeding. I said, kid, we ain't got time to bleed.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Hey, was it kind of close?
It was close enough. Close as you're going to get, I'm certain. It was good enough, though.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Like I said, Trip does the Jesse, but I want to do some more Jesse Ventura impersonations.
You know what's crazy? You got people screaming for revolution on all fronts.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, but
it's going to be a civil war inside of the civil war, because
it's going to be multiple wars. It's not. It's going to be so multiple, it's not even going to be civil. It's going to be uncivil.
hell yeah.
It's going to be broken down. It's going to be like Tetris pieces all over the fucking planet.
Because a lot of these people, again, what's the end game? The end game for us that knows what's up is anarchy.
All I can see, all I can picture.
Your end game could be dictatorship or gang leading or some, again, a different power struggle. It can't be like that. So you're going to have new enemies spear up. Yeah, I mean, hopefully until everybody can get on the same page and do this revolution right, we don't have a whole bunch of nonsense going on.
All I can say is this. I could picture, like, after all this is said and done between the government, the people, and everybody getting all mad as heck, is the planet being all around as it is, falling apart like Tetris pieces like the old 1980s game Tetris, and dissolving into space, and just like there was Earth, but it just but just looks all beautiful and like anime, like sparkles as the planet just dissolves into like falling apart Tetris pieces, and sparkles as it like sprinkles out of orbit. But when you look inside the aftermath, so chaotic. The Bible couldn't have told you a better description, because it didn't tell you the first time. It only told you the flood. Then it told you the apocalypse, but it didn't tell you what. Oh, 4 horsemen was nowhere to be found. They done did their thing. It's like, well, oh, you know, it's like it would be that worse. It's like they couldn't do what we could do with each other better. Whatever they did, they just told a bad story, and then we came and gone. That was rapture. We did it to ourselves. No, it's like we did it to ourselves. We reversed that magnet, bro.
Story that I've ever heard in my life than the flood story, and people that actually believe that shit. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but frickin' please.
How did all the freshwater fish survive?
The penguins march through the desert.
No, the kangaroos hopped all the way from the fucking Middle East all the way to Australia.
They all fit on the boat, man. It was the boat. It wasn't the Titanic. It was built by Noah. Don't you know it was Noah? Noah knows best. He was led by God. Come on, man. You got to know that. It's
continents dropping off fucking animals.
Bo didn't know Noah the way Noah knew God. I mean, come on, man. Noah didn't know diddly. Come on, let's stop this. This is blasphemous. You're ashamed of yourselves. All right, can we play a song? Are you trying to offend? Yeah, I'm not trying to offend the Christians. I don't want to offend.
Evidence of all those pieces of the ark that have been found on
Guys, I really do. I have Christian friends. Come on, I don't want to offend them. Come on, let's play a song. Stop it.
Play a song.
Yes, quit that. You quit that.
Yeah, it's funny though. But anyway,
No, it ain't. It ain't funny offending my Christian friends.
home.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ages. Silence is Sexy, and we're about ready to wrap things up. Spent, would you like to give a final thought?
Yeah, final thought is we're going to be putting some other music on soon. Everybody have a good time. Didn't want to offend anybody, but always, my final thought always, any show, at any time, any place, is always educate yourself. And ask questions, seek the truth no matter what, even if it's boring or it's not the truth you want. Seek it. Seek the truth. The truth is what counts. The truth shines above all. So, educate yourselves, think for yourself, and always ask questions, always seek the truth.
All right.
That's about it.
Cool. And we'll obviously got to have another final thought available. What you got to our...
my final thought is smash the state. The only thing we have to lose is our chains.
That's right, man.
All right, and I still don't know why the show... Oh, yeah, it should be here. All right. Yep. I'm terribly sorry Lulu didn't get the show. I did tag everybody, so I'm just looking at that now. I mean, it's hard to record and do everything all at the same time. So I'm going to put Lulu's name here. So I am sorry to Lulu that this just did not happen the way it was supposed to. So I'm going to fix that right now. So she's going to have to get it the archive. I'm so sorry, Lulu. But yeah, so I really don't have a final thought. It's that, to those of you that didn't get the archive, I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry that this didn't get spread like it was supposed to, but this is what happens. I'm the digital guy, the phone guy, the show guy, the programmer, experter, and all this other stuff until Spent gets everything all together on his end. Then you'll have dual people working on both things on both sides and every angle and everything. Till then, this has been another Pent-Psyhc.
Well, I have a lot of work to do to get my... I have to make some investments to get my, and over here, more up to par for doing radio. And I will eventually kick off my show, Cash Out with Spent Kent, on Saturdays eventually. But right now, it's Pent-Psyhc and just having some fun.
Well, until then, this has been the Big Bang Factor. I am your co-host, E-Psych. This is Spent Kent, and to our guests and all our affiliates, and to everyone listening, thank you very much and good night. And to anyone offended, this is why we do radio. Thank you very much, and you have a blessed one. And be blessed, because this might be your last chance. Good night.